Okay, we good. So we are live now. Let me just get it up just to make sure it's good on my end. Okay. Okay, let me get my phone. Okay. Just posting it here so I can share the link out to people. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we should be good now. Let me just double check this. Yeah, we good now. Alright. Welcome to the undisputed king of sports. I am here with my boy Elijah, man. How you been? How's life going?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm all the way. I'm all the way in the good old U.S. of A.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. I just get right before I start work, and I had to watch this. Man, like
I must have been
it's
stressful, you
lonely
know.
at the top. It's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. That's all I can say. Even though we were
Yo, when
trash, we were
McAllister scored that goal on Gakpo, I was like, I can relax now. But let's get into it. Let's start off with your overall thoughts on the Liverpool game. How did you feel about that game going into it?
honestly, if I could give a grade, I'd give it a C plus. A C plus. Why? Because defensively, or just the team as a whole, was just in their first gear.
Mm-hmm.
No one came out of their first gear. So the biggest frustration was seeing basic errors and basic mistakes. I do understand that guys are a bit tired and stuff like that. Obviously, we're in the business end of the season, but we showed that we still have the quality to keep firing even when things go bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlucky that Connor Bradley was the one that had the own goal, because when you look at it, it was really mysterious. Like I couldn't tell how it happened, but we dominated the first 15 minutes of the last 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We can't win titles like that. You got to dominate the entire 90.
Yep.
And again, today was just a lesson learned. I know there's going to be tweaks and fixes tomorrow and Saturday ahead of United on Sunday. Um, I'm very, very happy. Again, Klopp getting his subs correct. I'm okay with taking off Soboslai. I'm okay with taking off Salah early because we need those guys on Sunday. Like that is one of the make or break games. So those two we could not afford to lose against a team who's going to get relegated. So big win, not an A plus win, but we'll take it.
I
We'll take
completely agree. I completely agree. So here's the thing that I've noticed about Liverpool. Um, compared to the other teams. You see City win comfortably. Obviously had that little scare when they went 1-1. You see Arsenal win comfortably. We know how to win ugly, but is it? I know people say, is it sustainable? So far, it
it.
seems to be the case. It seems to be the case. But my only thing is this: will it get to a certain point where our luck has run out? And let me tell you something: Man United is going to be a harder game, in my personal opinion,
Yep.
because
Oh yeah.
because even right now, Man United have the ability to play garbage and still be in the game. It's like
Yeah.
what Thanos said in Infinity War, Infinity War. You should have gone for the head. You got to take Man United's head out.
Yeah.
You got to kill them to the
Yeah.
point where there's no chance of them coming back. And me personally, going into that game, seeing Salah come off, I was like, where's the goals coming from? Us still struggling to break down a low block. The final pass, Nunes was good in moments, held onto the ball too long in other moments. Gravenberch. I will say this, man. We need Endo. We need Endo.
Yeah,
We need, we
yeah,
need, we
bro.
need,
That's the only
we
person
need
I was saying.
Endo.
I was saying this. I was mentioning this to a lot of people. I was like, this game needed an Endo because Endo's the guy that gives that calmness in the midfield, and you know when the breakaway happens, where as you know, looking at Sheffield United who had a few of those, someone like an Endo can extinguish that and then turn it back around. We just didn't have that extra guy to turn it back around like a Fabinho would do in the past. But we have an Endo who could do something like that. And it's, ooh, I hope he's fine. I think he should be good for Sunday.
They said he's a
I
knock,
think,
man.
again, it's precautionary.
Yeah.
Is he out for that game too, though?
So from my personal experience for having knocks, when playing football, like because I played semi-professional and obviously was close to the brink of professional. Knocks normally depend on how bad it is. Sometimes it could be a couple of days. Sometimes it could be a day. But one thing about knocks is you can play on knocks. You can play on knocks. So I'm guessing it's precautionary because that's one game we need him. If there's a game to rest him, this will be the game to rest at home. That's the game to rest him. But against Man United, you need someone that's going to break up play because Man United will sit back and try and hit us on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
So people like Endo that can marshal and track runners, that is something that's very important for this team.
Exactly.
Overall, the big players step up. Football's all about the moments.
Yeah, big players, big games.
Okay, let me look at the comments. Samasi said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
ADAJ3 said, "Mac 10 saved us. Sunday is huge." Samasi said 4 out of 10. You were. I think she's saying we were shit 80% of the time. Gravenberch is soft, and it's tough night for Joey G. And natural left back was needed. Yes, I completely agree. Let me touch on Gravenberch. Let's touch on Gravenberch. My issue with Gravenberch is this, and I've seen this with the current crop of Dutch players. The problem with current crop of Dutch players is you got Gakpo 6'3", 6'4". You got Gravenberch 6'3", 6'4". But they don't use physicality at all. They do not play physical. They don't use their size advantage. They want to play slick. They want to play slender. They want to look pretty on the ball, but they don't use their physicality. Gakpo, that header he scored, he should be scoring more of those headers because he's 6'3", 6'4". You're a big dude. You should be better in the air. You should impose your dominance. And when people compared Gravenberch and Pogba, I can see in terms of stature, but I don't see in terms of physicality and dominance. Wait, it's free?
Yes, yeah. They I don't know. Download giveaway.
Oh my gosh, man. That's the thing about Man United. They're gonna give you shots. That's why it's important for us when we play them to kill them up. But back to Gravenberch.
To take those advantages, to take those chances. Take the chances. I don't know why, especially, I don't know if, I'm not going to lie to you, we should have been 4-0 up. Like, we should have played like we played against Sparta Prague.
Especially this game. This game, definitely.
Yeah, in the first 20 minutes, 3-4-0 up, it should have been game over. But we make it too complicated for ourselves. I don't know why.
I said this to my friend on the last stream. I said Liverpool play heart attack football, and because he's a Chelsea fan. He said he would rather have our heart attack football than theirs because Chelsea's heart attack football is Chelsea will win in the game and then they draw it to like a Luton. Our heart attack football is we believe that we've lost and we're like, oh shit, that's a close one. I can't keep doing this. But that's the thing about Liverpool. Liverpool are a very erratic team. We play very uncontrollable tempo. And
oh my God, Blick, Cole Palmer has scored. Cole Palmer has a hat trick. Chelsea just scored. It's 4-3.
Oh my Lord!
it deflected off of him. Oh my day.
Oh my gosh.
Yo!
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna make it 4-4. They're gonna make it 4-4. They're gonna make it 4-4. They're gonna make it 4. This game has 4-4 written all over it. This game has 4-4
the
written all over it.
The scriptwriters know what they're doing.
This game has 4-4 written all over it. But I will say,
so stuff like this gives us hope. I'm not gonna lie, this gives me hope. But that's the thing.
Man United have been like that all season. Man United will give you shots.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Liverpool. Liverpool, we've been, I would say, in my opinion, we've been arguably the most wasteful team. The most wasteful team. While in control, because there's either two ways to beat a team. You can kill the team just by blitzing them, like what we did back in 1920, where we used to do blitz teams, come out early, blitz teams, or you could do an Arsenal where you just don't give up any chances. You just don't give up any chances. You make it hard for you to break down, and you win a 1-0 or 2-0. And that's what worries me about Liverpool, because Man United will get chances to score. It's whether they're going to take it. We're lucky that we have Kelleher doing his best Alisson impression. And shout out to the goalkeeping coach at Liverpool, because that guy is working wonders. He ain't getting enough credit. Because we thought it was an Alisson thing, but we seen Kelleher making big saves. And that's the thing about Liverpool. That when it comes to the game, one thing I want to ask you about is Mac Allister one of the best players in the league? Is he one of the best midfielders in the league?
I have this narrative that's coming in my mind. Besides Messi in 2022 at that World Cup, me personally, I think one of the most crucial players on that roster was also Alexis Mac Allister. I think that was his come out party. That was his come out party, because since then, I'm not saying because of leading up to that World Cup he was terrible, but prior to that World Cup he was making noise. He made noise in the tournament and continues to make noise afterwards. The guy has been. I'm not gonna lie to you, Blick. I have not seen a bad game from this guy.
I'll probably say the Wolves game, but he came from high altitude, so I don't really blame him because he was dying on that pitch.
Yeah, he was running on fumes. But besides that, I have not seen a bad game from Alexis Mac Allister. I have not, which is amazing to say that, like he's. And I think again, it's also his mentality, because he's very well, like, he's well mannered. He's well mannered as a guy, so he doesn't try to overdo himself as a player. Because it's also a mentality thing playing professional sports, where you have to have a certain mentality that keeps you going. Yes, you're gonna have days where you struggle, but you really have to hone in on your composure, and he does so well to compose himself.
I completely agree. You are 100% right about Alexis Mac Allister, because at the end of the day, what it really comes down to, in my personal opinion, is the fact that Mac Allister does all the basic things right, and then you got the passing range, the passing accuracy, the ability to bounce, be press resistant. A typical Liverpool player. Liverpool players need to be press resistant, hard working,
exactly,
and he's got the ability to have something that we haven't had in our team. And that is a player that can unlock defenses in a low block. Because did you see the post where it had Mac Allister compared to Henderson and Soboslai compared to like Naby Keita, and you see the difference.
For club and country,
Like, people can criticize Soboslai. Soboslai is doing more. It's putting more output than our previous midfielders, and that's one thing that we got to write home about, because Liverpool's attack gets so many goals that we are kind of ungrateful about it. Darwin Núñez is going to approach 20 goals this season. My Darwizzy narrative is going to live. Once he gets 20 goals.
Blick, people are going to ban us. People are going to ban the both of us for this.
The way I'm going to rock up to HH's stream, once Núñez, I'm going to be wearing shades like him once he gets 20 goals.
he's on 18 for the season, and then I think his assists are about like maybe
he's on like 14. He's on like 14. He can get 20. He can get 20.
He wasn't, and I'm not gonna lie, he was great today. I think he was really unlucky. I don't know. Again, I love the South American connection between him and Diaz, but in a way, I felt like Diaz was doing a bit too much.
He's dribbling back.
He wasn't like. Yeah, like he was doing a lot of dancing. He was doing a lot of, yes, we want to see the technique. We want to see the flair. But then we also want you to help link up the play. And I don't think he really did much of that, to be honest, because the 3 goals scored today, he really wasn't involved in any of them.
Yep. Yeah, I completely agree, but yeah, man. Like, one thing I can say about us, and this is gonna be my biggest praise to Mac Allister, is he has stepped it up a notch on the business end. Diaz has stepped it up a notch in the business end. Since January, Núñez has stepped it up a lot in the business end. Curtis Jones, when he came back, looked phenomenal. Like, I'm gonna say, like, we gotta have a serious conversation. If Liverpool win the Premier League, we gotta have a serious conversation on whether Mac Allister was carrying Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. Because them guys without him look lost. Them guys without him look lost. But those were the guys that were getting praise. Those were the guys that were getting credit.
Look at just this game that just ended just now. Like, Caicedo, man. Caicedo was horrible. Caicedo was horrible. And that's crazy for a guy with that price tag. I don't think he's lived up to his price tag. Again, I won't blame him per se, but
should have gone Liverpool. No bias. Like objectively should have gone Liverpool.
I have to blame you. I have to blame you
because we could have saved him, but he was so stubborn to go to Chelsea. Like we could have saved him because what? You're going to a team that is more stable, and you're playing with a guy that you already know how to play with. Mac Allister.
Exactly.
So that would have been a lot easier for you, and the style of play would have fitted you as well. And obviously, it would have been great because we've seen you play right back, so you would have been able to cover Trent Alexander-Arnold when Trent decides to bomb forward, giving players like Soboslai more license to roam forward. But overall, man, Mac Allister, in my personal opinion, he's playing like a top 5 midfielder in the world right now, based on this level that he's playing at. The passing range, the decision making, the first touch, the link-up play, the ability that he has to unlock defenses, and then we got the positive news of Jota potentially coming back on Sunday, which will be big because that guy gets clutch goals. And I saw Money Mace say that he thinks we're gonna bottle it. The thing about it is, if Liverpool lose the league, and I said this previously on previous streams, and I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna say this really clearly and slowly. If Liverpool lose the league, it's because we weren't good enough. That's the only reason. Because you can't question whether Liverpool are going to bottle it because we've come back. Like, Liverpool fans watch the game and expect us to come back. We go 1-0 down, but we expect us to come back. We've come back so many times to the point Liverpool fans have come accustomed to us coming back. And because of that level of accustomedness, Liverpool are one of those teams. If you're going to beat us, if you go ahead, you got to nail us to the ground. We're like what Real Madrid was in that Champions League campaign. We've had the most hard times this season. A team that had no Salah, no Nunes, no Gravenberch because Gravenberch got injured in that final. No Jota, no Trent, no Alisson. Our goalkeeper had a hamstring injury. We had all of those lists of injuries. So if it comes down to us not winning the title, it's going to be because we weren't good enough. It's just going to be plain and simple.
And then also, that and then a mixture of,
I am bad luck as well.
A mix of unluckiness, but it's really that part. It's really that we just didn't finish. We just didn't take care of business when we needed to take care of business. That Tottenham game, besides the refereeing decisions, we could have done something about it. Losing, I know we lost to Arsenal at the Emirates, but the home game should have done something. Could have won in the last minute.
Yeah, Trent hit the bar.
Yeah, so it's that part. We just didn't finish. And I'm not gonna say that's okay, but it's like it's really disappointing because then the narrative on Klopp is completely different. Now, between now and May, there is literally 8 games, so 7 games to go after Sunday, which is insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think we'll win all 7 or 8, but I think it's gonna come to the point where is can you win at least 5 to 6 of those games?
I believe that. When I said it when we had 10 games, I believe if we could drop 2 games. I reckon we could drop 2 games. We could drop 2 games because what people underestimate is this. Arsenal are going away to Brighton. I think that's their next game. Do you know how many?
And Brighton will turn it up.
Do you know how many games Brighton have lost at home? They've lost 1 game.
2.
1 game.
Yeah.
Brighton have only lost 1 game at home this whole entire season, and that was early in the season. So when you think about it from that metric, Brighton are not going to be an easy team to beat at home.
No,
they're not going to be an easy team to beat at home. But I reckon Arsenal will get the job done. I reckon it'll be like a 1-0 or 2-0 victory because they've got injuries, no Matoma, none of those players. Let me see what the comments are saying. So I'm just gonna call you AD. AD, Mac has had some games where he struggled playing in the 6, but that's expected. He hasn't put a foot wrong playing in the 8. Jota's return.
Yeah, he's never played. He never played the 6 role until Szoboszlai came in.
Until Endo started cooking. Jota's return boosts my confidence in Liverpool's chances of considerably. He's ruthless in front of goal. Yeah, Jota is ruthless in front of goal. I looked at his XG. He's overperforming his XG like crazy because Jota doesn't need that many chances to score the goals. Jota is ice cold in front of goal. But overall, man, it's one of those things where when you look at it from a Liverpool standpoint, is we just got to take it one game at a time. No funny business. Literally. No being cocky.
No. We
got to go to Man United and punish Man United. We got to beat the brakes of them. Nunes, I need you to be direct and score. With Onana being
you gotta start off.
Shoot on target. Shoot on target. Shoot on target. There's a mistake there.
And you can't start like how we did it in the FA Cup quarters where you start so well, but then someone like a McTominay gets a lucky bounce and scores. That's unacceptable. Like if in a game like this, we should be off the get-go on their tails. Off the get-go. Like play the full 90 in their area. Play the full 90 on their side of the field. We have the players. But now it's time to just put it all together. It's now time to put it all together because the title, in my opinion, the league champion will not have more than 80-something points, 90 at most. And yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I'm excited that we're in this, but I'm nervous.
I got a question for you. Let me pose you a question. Do you think the Chelsea Man United game told us anything new about Man United, or this is just everything we already know about Man United?
A bit of both. It's taught me that United has players that can score and that can cause problems in the game, but then at the same time, they're still shaky in the back line. Very, very shaky. Like again, making basic errors. Dalot should not have given up a penalty like that, in my opinion. This last one that Palmer just scored is off of a defensive error. They gave him time, even though it deflected off of a defender and went in. But leading up to that point, United should have shut him down, and they didn't. They didn't do their defensive assignment, and that's why it is what it is. So, like that game, in my opinion, again, like you said, it's just beating these guys off the kick. Off the kickoff is just beating these dudes. Because there's no way don't give United time. Chelsea gave United time to get back into things, get some chances off here and there. At 2-0, the old Chelsea with your DJ is far. Your Diego Costas, but that game finishes 4-0.
But that's the thing about Man United. Man United gave up 30 shots to freaking Brentford. Man United are one of those teams where they're going to give you chances to win the game. It's whether you are going to take the game.
Yeah.
Man United have the plate right in front of you saying eat and play, and the Chelsea go, okay, now I'll just take a little bit. And the plate is still there.
Take the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about Man United. The thing about it is, I say this about the game. Man United, that loss is disgraceful. That loss is disgraceful. You shouldn't be losing.
It's a terrible look on Ten Hag. Yeah, it's a terrible look on Ten Hag. Again, even at 3-2, you got to do so. You got to put the game away. But again,
I will say this though. Don't trust Man United. I will say this though, and this is going to be might be a big statement. I think Man United winning this game would have been less dangerous for Liverpool. Because I reckon if they won this game, there would have been more. There would be a slight tint of
Yes.
possibility of Ten Hag to play more positive. Now that they've lost this
Yes.
game, he might just park.
He's
the
gonna
bus.
make it defensive.
He's gonna make it defensive because he doesn't want to get embarrassed. And he ain't afraid to do that. Ever since the game where he lost 7-0, he has been very cautious about how he sets up against Liverpool because he doesn't want that to happen again.
And he realizes his mistake. Remember, prior to 7-0, he said the game was just like any other game.
Yeah, he said Anfield's just another stadium, just another ground.
But now he's recognized how important this fixture is, and that's why he's taking these brash decisions. Because otherwise, if he just kept saying stuff like that, oh yeah, 7-0 here, 2-0 here, 3-0 here, yeah. But no, he's noticed that no, this game is actually legitimately serious, and it needs to be taken as such.
That's why.
But yeah, no, you are not wrong. That United is actually now going to be like, okay, we need to be a bit more careful now because a team that knows how to put chances away is coming to our ground.
That's why it's important for Liverpool. If let's say Man United decide to play positive and they're playing well, and Liverpool happen to score early. If Liverpool score early, it might come back to bite us in a sense that it's gonna be one of those games where Man United might just step up like the Undertaker, like sit up and start to put it on us. But if we score too early, or we start blitzing them early, then that's a whole different ballgame because that way their confidence will drop. They feel like the game's already lost. Or if it's one of those games where they're trying to park the bus and we score early, then it might be a situation where their game plan's out the window. Because when you come with the mindset to park the bus, sit back, we are gonna contain for a draw, but you concede early, your game plan's over. There's no draw. You got to go after it.
There's no point. There's no point. You have to attack.
Exactly. So when that happens is what Liverpool are going to need to do is when they go on an attack, we got to quickly score another one. When they overcommit bodies forward, we got to quickly score another. We got to put them in position where Maguire, who's playing centre back, is being dragged to run after Nunes. And we know Maguire ain't keeping up with Nunes. He's going to have a horrible time against Nunes in this fixture. Especially now that Nunes
and
that's what you're going to say?
I'm sorry. I was going to say.
Oh, damn. He bounced out. But anyways, guys, man, make sure you're liking the video. Let me know how you're feeling about this game. Man United. Let me know what you guys want to talk about, man, because we're going to be dressing everything here. Elijah bounced out. Now he is back. What's good? You're back on screen. What were you saying?
I'm back. Let's see. Okay, let's see if can you still see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I was just saying, sorry, my dog's like around me and she's trying to eat my food.
That's so good, man.
But yeah, no, like I was saying, honestly, I don't need us, me personally, I don't even need us to go and like try to like blow these dudes out. Again, this league, you do not need to blow people away to win titles. You could scam your way. You could scam your way to a league title. It's possible. Like we've seen City do this before. City, who was, even though with a game in hand, were not that great, but they were scraping 1-0s, 2-1s, 1-0s, 2-1s, few lucky dodgy calls here and there, but 1-0s, 2-1s, and boom, they won the title. You don't need to win 5-6-0 to win the league. You don't
give you 3 points, especially
get out.
Especially in the position of Liverpool. Like I said, I'm going to say this. I'll take a 1-0 victory. I'll take a 1-0 victory
Me
from
too.
now to the end of the season. Because if I take a 1-0 victory from now to the end of the season, we win the league. And that's the reality of it. The reality of it is this, man. I said in the past, for Liverpool to win the league, we got to match what everybody else is doing. If Man United, if Arsenal win and Liverpool win, we're where we are. If Arsenal win, if Arsenal, City, and Liverpool all match each other's results, Liverpool win the league. That's the reality of it. If we all lose, Liverpool win the league. If we all draw, Liverpool win the league. Because we are in the driver's seat, and it's important for us to take advantage of the position that we're in. We need to keep that underdog mentality. We weren't meant to be here. We're not expected to be here, and there's no pressure.
But we're here.
And there's no yeah, you're right. We're here, and people are gonna say there's pressure for us winning for Klopp. We're not expected to be here.
No.
People had us finishing 6th and 7th. And people can
we were
say
supposed to just focus on Europa League, to be honest.
Man,
we were supposed to focus just on Europa League.
Exactly. Our job was to get in the top 4, finish top 3. And we're here in the title race with a possibility of winning. And I'm seeing players like Diaz getting his dribbling ability back. Gakpo, people don't like it, but that third goal was important to kill off the game. And I've been a massive critic of Gakpo. But that goal helped us relax. Helped us feel like the game is over. Because one goal lead is not stable.
It's not.
Like that Brighton game gave me a heart attack, man.
Yeah. Even in cases of goal differential, that was big. Mm-hmm. We needed to win by some distance of some sort. It doesn't have to be 4, 5, 6, but 2 is okay, because then it forces a team like Arsenal to win by more goals. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to put the pressure on them to do their job, and I'm very glad we did our job. Now, it's now time to tomorrow put this behind us. Saturday, look forward to Sunday, and then Sunday just go and get the job done.
Would you play the same 11, but just like take out a Gravenberch and put like a Endo?
Yeah, I think Gravenberch wasn't that great in my opinion, but putting if he's available, I'll play Endo. I'll play Endo because he provides that calmness.
I might have to give Endo injections for him to play that game, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, if I wish Thiago was 5 years younger, I'd play him. But obviously, he's in his Did
he play enough games to win a medal? Because I saw you got to play 5 games to win a medal.
Now I got to check.
I don't think he played enough games to win a medal.
Oh my God, that'd be terrible. He's played. Oh damn, he's only played 1.
Ooh, he ain't winning no Premier League medal.
So he's got to play 4 games even as a sub to get a medal.
Man, even Dan's looking like he's gonna get. Bobby Clark gonna get a medal before he does.
Yeah, Clark, Dan's, Nyoni,
McConnell,
Kumas. I think, all those guys. All those guys may have something if things go the right way. Mm-hmm. But there's this one kid who I've been looking very interested in. He's in the U18s. His name is Kieran Morrison. That kid's a baller. I think he's coming up next year.
Okay, that's good. That's up to the new manager. And apparently,
but that's up to the new manager. Yeah.
With the new manager we're linked with, apparently he's good with youth players because he developed Ogate. And that's if we get Amorim. He developed Ogate, Paulinho, Pedro Porro, all of these players that went on to have solid careers. So if it's Ruben Amorim, then it looks like that's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with a player like Trent because
exactly.
When you saw Konate go down, be honest, you were scared, right?
I was scared.
I was scared too.
I was scared because he was holding his knee. I'm like, damn, not this. This is not fair.
I was like, nah,
why us?
I was like, you're not hurt.
Like, I literally started blaming the universe. I'm like, again, we're so close. Why us? Like, this is stupid. Like, yeah.
And I messed with Monza, but Konate against Rashford, I need that recovery pace. I need that recovery pace.
Again, Kwanzaa's young, so he's still gonna take him some time to like get up to that grown man speed or grown man style of play.
So I got a question for you. Yeah, this is off Liverpool about Man United and Chelsea. Where'd you see them? Because after the 4-3, would you say that Chelsea? Because you're American, you know about these owners that they have and their mentality of how they run things. Would you say this project is a failed project? Would you say that they're in a position where they kind of just like they should just scrap it? It's like what do you think? Can you see this project becoming good at Chelsea?
So the thing is, what people are not understanding is once Chelsea got sold and all the nonsense is going on, people are forgetting that Chelsea cannot be sold for another 9 more years because it's only been 1 year since Clear Lake has come in. And that was the deal that was made with Abramovich that they could not sell for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they find a new investor in that group that can then become the figurehead instead of Bowley, they're gonna deal with this stuff for a while. But in my opinion, Chelsea has the players that could yield positivity, that could bring positive results. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I don't think it'll be the league, but it could be a trophy of some sort. Like, they're not that far behind from Conference League. And there's nothing wrong with playing Conference League, in my opinion. They're not that far from hey, get what you can get. I'm so serious. Get what you can get. Because Chelsea gets in the Conference League. I don't see anybody beating those guys.
I agree. They'll by far be the best team in the Conference League.
Aston Villa is over here cooking. Nobody's touching Aston Villa, in my opinion. Nobody's touching them.
I'm gonna be honest,
but
Chelsea fans might not like what I'm about to say.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna put this clip up for like a clip section because this is important, man. I'm about to make a big statement. They might as well commit to Poch long term. And before Chelsea fans come at my head, hear me out. Number one, as long as financial fair play is put in place, you're on a slippery slope.
Exactly.
Number two, the manager market, as you can tell, we're Liverpool fans. For us, is Amarin or bust. There is no good options. The manager market is terrible.
There's no one else.
The manager market is terrible. There's no point going back to Mourinho because Mourinho is not the type of figurehead that they're looking for, and obviously Mourinho is not going to be a good guy for a long-term project because this is what this is going to be.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to deal with kids.
Exactly.
And he doesn't want to. He wants to win now.
That's why he was twerking for Man United, because he sees that Man United are trying to fix up, and he sees the potential of them looking good. And he even said, "I'm not going back to Chelsea because this ain't the club I recognize." And Tuchel, they don't like Tuchel. And Hansi Flick, he might end up going to Barcelona. So, and then you got Nagelsmann, which Nagelsmann is another project manager, which you're putting yourself in a position where you might as well keep Proch. Because at the end of the day, you commit to him, you fail, and then start to weed out the players that aren't the ones that are going to work. We know Cole Palmer's the truth. We know Madueke, he's got something there. Mudryk, he's better than last season, so you can give him another couple seasons. You can afford to give him another couple seasons because let's be honest, the aim should be little increments. I know people can say Arteta is a terrible barometer, but at the end of the day, Chelsea's aim should be baby steps. You should work from freaking 11th. Next season, maybe you could try and get an 8th or a 6th. The season after that, maybe you can try and get top 4, top 3. You build it in increments. Because at the end of the day, you guys need to figure out what, out of all this quote-unquote potential, because we watch sports, we know potential is not a given. Out of all these players that have potential, you got to start weeding out the ones that will not fulfill their potential. Maybe you keep a, like I said, we know Cole Palmer's the truth. We know Malo Gusto's the truth. We know that American goalkeeper that they got is the American goalkeeper they got. We know he's a solid goalkeeper.
He's an MLS product. Yeah,
we know he's a solid goalkeeper. We know Dizazi can show us something. We know Coldwell, when he plays centre back, is solid. So they got some of these players that they know that can be solid. So what you got to do is weed out the ones that are clearly not going to improve. Get rid of Chilwell. Get rid of Conor Gallagher. Because I've seen a player like Conor Gallagher at Liverpool, and he never played number 10. That guy was Brian Henderson. That was Jordan Henderson. But the difference was, you haven't got the manager or the luxury to have a Jordan Henderson.
No.
You don't have the luxury for that. He's Henderson without the experience and worse technical ability. He don't have the brain of a 10. So when you put that all into context, you can't afford to have these meaty players. So what Chelsea got to do, you got to see the list of players. Okay, are we gonna keep Reece James? We give him a new contract. We give him another season. If he doesn't do it, we sell him. You got to go through all of these list of players and then decide whether or not who's worth keeping or who's worth selling. And that way Chelsea can build. And I feel like Chelsea can in the next 3 or 4 years, if they get rid of the right players and stick to one manager, they could steady the ship. And then when you got Poch steadying the ship, then you can bring in a win now manager. Because that way, you've already weeded out the players. Because you don't want the same manager to come in, have the same problems, and the cycle continues over and over and over again. And that's why I said you might as well keep Poch, because the manager market ain't that great. You don't know there's no point, because a lot of the managers out there are really just Poch level or below. You're not going to get a Javi. Javi just got out of Barcelona. He ain't trying to kill himself managing a team like Chelsea that are expecting to win everything. If Poch wins the FA Cup, keep him. Win the FA Cup in the first season, keep him. Might as well. I don't know, people are Poch out, but that's his reality.
And it's doable. Yeah, and it's doable. It's doable. I look at this FA Cup like, the FA Cup is one of those tournaments where it's like, give it your best shot. You know, it's one game. Just give it all you got. You don't need to do anything crazy. It's tournament ball. Like, go out there and just try, just pull out something. Because look at how we won the League Cup. We were not that great. We were not that great. But we managed to, I don't know how, but by some luck, you pull it out. That's all you got to do. And I think Chelsea needs to use some of its luck. They need to keep riding Cole Palmer's form, and they can do something. I think they are City's. Yeah, they are City's bogey team right now. They are City's bogey team, and they don't need to do something drastic. If they just win 1-0 and they play, say, United in the final, I think they could beat United in the final. Yeah, I'm sure they'll beat Coventry. I mean, losing to Coventry is crazy, but beat Liverpool the way you did. They can win this tournament. They can win the FA Cup.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's doable.
Man United, my advice is the same. Keep Ten Hag. You got the new structure in. Keep Ten Hag. Get a solid sporting director. Get all that structure sorted. And Man United are not too far out. The issue with Man United is you got to sort out your defense. Maguire got to go. Onana, okay, he's had good games here, bad games here. Give him another season and see what happens. You gave De Gea the chance to show whether he can do it, which, by the way, De Gea is still jobless, which is crazy, because De Gea is good enough to have a job somewhere. No MLS team is not even offering to pick him up. None.
Nope.
Nobody wants him, which is crazy. He might as well retire, because he basically sat out a whole entire year. But point being is this, at the end of the day, Chelsea and Man United are in similar situations. It's just Man United have a little bit more experience and a little bit more of a gene to get their way through games. They get their way through games. Let's be honest. They get their way through games. Chelsea don't get their way through games.
Yeah.
Chelsea don't get their way through games. Chelsea have to have a perfect game to win, and that's the reason why they're losing, because you got all these young players. These young players, a lot of them are front runners. So that's my advice to both of those teams. I don't see anything crazy happening to them in terms of the league. Man United keep Ten Hag, Chelsea keep Poch. You might as well. There's no point. The manager market is garbage. You can what? You're gonna sack these managers to get a managers either worse or around the same level to do the exact same job.
Right.
You might as well keep them and weed out the players that aren't gonna be the truth. If I'm them, the players I would sell are this: Raheem Sterling, Chilwell, Reece James is a maybe, Conor Gallagher, Enzo. I'll give Enzo another season, and for the most part, their team should be fine for the most part.
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. I think the Premier League will go back to this early, I wouldn't say early, but like this late to mid 2000s type of era where it was not two teams fighting for a title, but 3, 4, 5 teams fighting for the title. Maybe 6 if Newcastle is lucky. But I doubt it, because
that should get Mourinho. Mourinho will win them FA Cup or Carling Cup. That's the team that should get Mourinho. Mourinho will fit that role.
Yeah. We'll fix them. Yeah, he can fix them up.
Yep, but man, I think that's pretty much it, man. Just a quick stream on the games. The game, nothing crazy happened today. But Elijah, man, thank you for coming on, man.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate it.
It's always good talking to you about football, man, and hopefully
Yeah.
or after Sunday.
After
With one
Sunday.
game.
After Sunday.
I'm gonna make a big
Woo!
statement. I'm gonna make a big statement. A big
Oh,
statement.
jeez.
A big
Oh,
statement.
God.
If Liverpool beat Man United, I believe we can win the league. I believe because that game. Okay. There's 3 games. There's 3 games I would say that we gotta win to win the league. Everton.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everton. And when I say these 3 games, these are the games I deem as difficult. The other games, I don't know what they are, but these are the games that I feel like defining games of our season. Everton away, Sean Dyche ball.
Yes.
We gotta win that.
And you know how the Evertonians are.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the Evertonians are. They know what's going on.
I've been to Liverpool, man. That junk is like it's like a family, like split into half. Group of people. Because one thing about Liverpool, if you ever go to Liverpool, Elijah, in that area, you either support Everton or Liverpool.
Oh no, I'm going in May. I'm going to that final game against Wolves.
Hey, that's gonna be a vibe, especially if we win the league.
So,
if you go to that area, in London, in everywhere else, you see mixture of fan bases. And Liverpool is literally Liverpool or Everton. You can have family members that support Liverpool, and within your dad could support Everton, and your brother can support Liverpool, and your sister could support Everton. It is that divided. That is how it is over there. Nobody else. Nice. They do not. The people of Liverpool do not understand the concept of living in an area and supporting a different team. You know how you got people for basketball. You got people that from Chicago that support the Bulls.
Yeah.
You got people from these areas. It's like that in Liverpool. Liverpool and Manchester are the only areas where you will see where people only support those teams of that area. Yes. Everywhere else is all mixed.
Yeah.
London, where I live, is all mixed of multiple different fandoms. You got Liverpool, you got Everton, you got Man United, you got Tottenham, you got all of this in London. But in Liverpool, just them 2 teams. They are like this when it comes to the rivalry. The rivalry is there. It's like it's like little bro versus big bro type of rivalry. So that game's gonna be tough. Fulham away is gonna be a tough game. I've seen what Fulham have done. I saw what Fulham put us through last year at first game of the season.
Not even just that. What they did to us in the League Cup was crazy.
What they did was the League Cup. What they did when Trent had to pull out that masterclass where he did the when we won 1-4-3. So they've given us problems throughout the season. Man United, Everton, and Tottenham. Tottenham, where we wanted to win the most. I know that was Poch ball. They are jammy. And Son knows how to score against Liverpool. That guy is a serial goal scorer against Liverpool. So that game's going to be tough. And we cannot lose that game. We remember Liverpool going to there and remember what they did to us. How they celebrated when they got that jammy own goal. Fun fact about that game. A player that would have suited that game perfectly did not play that game because we went down to 9 men. Nunes didn't play that game. And I reckon if we had 10 men and Nunes came on with the way, you saw that high line. You saw how Jackson exposed that high line. Nunes was getting a chance.
Oh yeah, and the dude is a track star, so he could find space for himself.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Those are the games. So we're gonna need the Anfield crowd popping. If we can win those games, I feel like we can win the league.
Because for sure. I said 5 to 6. I said 5 out of 5 or 6 will be fine.
But it's getting tough, man. We're getting tough.
It's getting tough. It doesn't get hard.
I'm excited.
I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
Man. Oh man, this is gonna be paid. This is gonna be paid. But again, man, thank you for coming on, man. It was great talking about Man United, talking about Chelsea, and obviously talking about Liverpool. And hopefully we can get the job done on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching the stream, and I will catch you guys later today. It looks like I might be streaming. I might be talking about the boxing. So